Mizo is a right-wing thinker with considerably modest Indian cultural values. He has never held any government post in his life, nor is he associated with any organization. All his videos are original and creative. Please enjoy.
Hello, I'm Mizo. We are looking at this 7 things that the media doesn't tell you about the COVID-19 virus. Now, the first one is viral load. Viral load is what? Viral load is the initial infection that a person gets before his infection becomes symptomatic, becomes ill. Now, the higher the initial infection, the greater the chances that things will turn bad. After the initial infection, if the source of the infection continues, then it makes things worse. So this is viral load, and this is why social distancing and covering your face with even ordinary mask is so important. If you reduce the viral load, and even if you do get corona disease, your chances of survival become better. Then number 2, this is an interesting thing. In the last 30 years, China has exported 4 viruses into the world. This is bad. I mean, this is really bad. And I don't know why this fact is not mentioned. Because probably they are more worried about talking about Trump and Johnson and stuff like that. They are more worried about political things than this stark fact that China is the center of virus infections today. And then this leads to the next part, that WHO is actually headed by China. So the country that is the center of new viruses is also heading WHO, and WHO policies and its role in this particular contagion is bad. Then the number 4, Obama's rule. Now, during Obama's time, Obama had this helicopter and it go around spraying money all over the world. So they were financing the mullahs of Iran, literally planes of cash. They were financing radical mosques outside the United States. And they financed a study and a financed an institute of virology in China. And this institute of virology is situated in Wuhan, the center of this infection. So that leads us neatly to the 5th part, the reason for the China virus. Now, here is the thing. The 3rd virus that China exported was SARS. Now, SARS is absolutely a cousin of COVID-19. Now, when the SARS epidemic was a natural epidemic, the reason being that it just sprung up and just dissolved into thin air. The SARS epidemic stopped by its own. Obviously, in that time, Obama was sleeping and he was very late coming in. In fact, the vaccinations were so delayed that by the time the vaccinations were ready for trials, SARS had disappeared. So SARS is just another form of COVID-19. And then China decided to have an institute of virology in Wuhan. Now, they were studying these viruses. Now, the particular SARS virus, it came from bats. It was a natural outcome. Somehow, the viruses jumped from the bat to the human being, which is actually a big deal. There are trillions and trillions of viruses that can't affect human beings. So, it is a very rare case in which one of the virus can jump from one animal to another animal. In fact, if humans get COVID-19, it doesn't mean that your dog and cat will also get human 19. It's got to jump that barrier too. So they began studying these bats. They were dealing with Frankenstein, and apparently they were very careless about it. So they used to catch these bats 1,000 miles away, that is 1,600 kilometers away, bring them to Wuhan and conduct experiments on them with the live virus. This is really Dr. Frankenstein stuff. And somehow these viruses escaped from there and went into the meat market. Somebody actually sold it to the meat market. And the result was the virus came in from the wild and went into the population. Now remember, probably the bat that actually had the disease was infected in the laboratory. It wasn't infected in the wild. Now, this is the thing that they claim that the bats were being sold in the meat market. Now, the meat market is about 30 kilometers away from the Institute of Virology. And here is the thing. You cannot actually possibly sell bats, catching them 1,000 miles away and then selling them. It is simply not viable. The bats will become so expensive that you won't be able to sell it. At least not in a meat market like in Wuhan. So the bats in Wuhan of at least these species came from the institute. And guys, I mean, look at it. The thing starts from Wuhan. The virus starts from Wuhan. And the Institute of Virology is just nearby. And you cannot blame anybody else. It has to be that the thing is right out there. You cannot simply say that it turned up from nowhere. These things don't happen. What is the moral of the story? I'm not trying to bring down the Chinese people or I'm not trying to show them down or the Chinese government down. But there is a moral to this. The moral to this is, if we are going to have institutes of virology or dealing with infectious diseases, including bacteria and fungus, whatever, these should not be near human habitation. These should be in rocky areas, deserts, places like that, where human habitation is far away. And if you want to research in these subjects, you'll have to live like a hermit. Because there are thousands and thousands of ways in which the virus can escape from a lab into the general population. Illegal ways, not legal. Obviously, every lab is going to have its security procedures. So that's the number one and the prime thing. The second interesting thing is that the total budget of this institute was just $37 million. Guys, for $37 million, you cannot even buy flats in some places. Mansions cost more than that. How can you build an institute which is supposed to have layers and layers of security with just $37 million, even if it's in China? These things don't happen. So, this is the second part of the story, that you cannot build these things with such small labor. So, the two important takeaways I get from this is, number one, these institutes should be situated outside human habitation. Number two, you can't build them cheap. The containment has to be far better than this. With this, I come to an end of the topic. There are other things I've discussed, especially about Marxism and evolution. Please look into that. Follow me. Thanks for listening, guys. I like your viewership.